Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. I am coming to you from my room here in Michigan. I'm up here for my cousin's wedding, so I wanted to jump on here and do a quick pick a pile for you guys. This is just a general reading, so not sure what's going to come out. Could be romantic, could be career, could be just general life, any types of those things. So you may want to watch all three. I will timestamp this. But as always, you guys, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, toss the rest. If you want to look into your specific situation, you can contact me for a session, and that information is down below. So you're going to choose from the Adventuring Pumpkin, the Obsidian Cat, and the Calcite Ghost. I wanted to do the fire theme since I'm here in front of the fireplace. So I've got the Everyday Witch Tarot, and of course, it's October, so I had to do the Halloween theme. It's my favorite. I love this deck. It's one of my favorites as well. So we're using that as the tarot. We're using my Fire Sign Vibes deck as a clarifier, and then getting a final message from Spirit through the use of the Journey Oracle. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. You guys know when I do these, it's always a little bit crazy because I'm holding my tablet with one hand and trying to navigate all of this. So, okay, so we're going to start with the pumpkin. We've got the Hermit, Five of Swords. I'm sorry guys, I know it's a little bit blurry. I think it's just the lighting in here. Compassionate. You're starting to clearly see how powerful you really are. Okay. So I think the message I'm getting here for this is the Five of Swords. I'm not going to lie, it's probably one of the most ugly cards in the deck. It's a feeling, it can be a betrayal, a stab in the back. Sometimes it can just be a situation that doesn't go well, right? A painful lesson, that type of thing. But a lot of times it is an energy that someone that we know and trust has betrayed us, or maybe a situation that we thought, where we were safe or we were protected, somehow the rug's pulled out from under us. Fives are also about change. And so what I'm getting here with the Hermit is, there's this time now after this difficult situation has transpired where, if you aren't doing this now yet, you are being guided to go within and just really kind of figure out, what are the next steps here. But what I would recommend, and I think what Spirit is urging for you is number one, have compassion for yourself. Have compassion for yourself. Do not have regrets. Oftentimes when someone betrays us or a situation doesn't end well, we, turn to self-blame, we turn to regret, we turn to anger. Why didn't I see the signs sooner? Why didn't I leave the situation sooner? And you turn into this, I guess, negative mindset, and almost like a victim mode. And I think again, with this compassion, it's like, and so I'm getting the clarity and compassion, right? To look at this situation as a lesson, an opportunity for growth. What is it trying to show you? versus saying, gosh, why did this happen to me? This is just terrible. Look at it as, okay, this is a painful lesson. What have I learned from this? Where did I maybe not see the signs? Where were there, or maybe I either was completely blindsided, or was I really, right? Sometimes we sweep things under the rug, we make excuses. There were red flags all along. And we all have these situations, but that's how we learn. That's how we grow. And we learn to start to set boundaries for ourselves, right? So the next time that you get in this situation, you may not even get to the point where you're in the situation. You might see it starting to manifest itself again. And then you recognize the signs, and you have that clarity, and you're going to say, no, like, I'm not going to get hurt again. There's no such thing, in my mind, as a mistake. It's a lesson. And so the energy that I'm really getting, for the fall, and for some of you, this may have just happened in September. With the 9, I'm just getting that whatever the situation was may have just happened fairly recently. But there's really like a call to just not only connect with yourself and engage in self-love, but also to connect with nature, especially in this fall season and this harvest, to really get out and connect with that energy. Spirit sign again, the clarity. Number 1, you're starting to have clarity about the situation, and go back and reflect and recognize where there were signs that maybe you didn't see initially, where your eyes, how the eyes are shut here, where you, like, again, sweeping things under the rug, ignoring, not trusting your own instincts, right? So this is what this is about. But have compassion for yourself, engage in a lot of self-love, and forgiveness, not only for the situation as a whole, but for yourself, most importantly. You're starting to clearly see how powerful you really are. And perhaps, well, number 1 is recognizing, that you really did kind of know this was coming, right? Trusting your own instincts is very important, above and beyond, right? Knowing that you have all of that inner compass within you. So I think you're getting stronger as far as relying on yourself more in that manner. But I'm also getting, for some of you, perhaps that you started to grow and develop and become this stronger person, and perhaps that was too much, and this person didn't support you in the change, and they felt conflicted, and like there was like this competition, or just they felt insecure, or your frequencies just changed because you have become stepped into this more powerful, aligned self. You're getting back to your authentic self. And just know that this situation that fell apart, it fell apart for a reason, because your frequency is elevating, and this is no longer serving you. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you if you chose number 1. Number 2 is the obsidian cat. Let's see what we've got. 9 of Swords. Gosh, we've got a lot of swords energy. Queen of Wands. That's some fire energy there. Blunt. You've disconnected from the universe and your intuition. Okay. Getting a few messages here, so I'm just trying to see what wants to come through here. I think for some of you, you're very much in your head, right? The 9 of Swords is kind of the ultimate self-sabotage, anxiety. You're in your head, letting your thoughts negatively impact your life. And I think that's clarified by the Alone card saying you have disconnected from the universe and your intuition. And some of this could be you might be dealing with somebody who is not making you feel like your best self, like your most confident. Queen of Wands is a confident energy. It's a thriving energy. It's like you feel like you're on top of the world, right? You feel beautiful. You feel confident. You feel like you're at the top of your game, I guess, and that you can kind of do anything. The Blunt card, what I'm getting with that, I mean, you can see, and again, this is the fire sign vibes deck, right? So this deals with shadows and traits, stereotypical personality traits associated with fire signs, but doesn't have to be a fire sign, okay? But you can see the look on her face, right? The Blunt, but she doesn't look like she's the nicest person. She doesn't look like, based on the expression and based on this image, that she would be somebody that you could trust or that would have your back, right? It looks to me like this is an energy of someone in your life or a situation. It could be a work situation, but something is tearing away at your confidence. This person or this situation is not making you feel valued. They're not making you feel worthy. They're not making you, I feel like they're not bringing you the best out in you. And I feel like there's a difference like in frequency here. And again, I think that, but what they're saying is you're not, you're ignoring your intuition, you're ignoring your gut about this person. And it could be, for some of you, you could be actually dealing with a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, because the Queen of Wands, that's a fire sign energy. But it could just be that, again, I'm getting that this person is eating away at your confidence and it's keeping you up at night. And it may not even be an intentional thing. This person may not embody this energy, but it's just, maybe perhaps you aren't feeling good enough. You may be in your head because you aren't feeling good enough to deal with somebody who is kind of in their confident, thriving queen energy, right? And the irony here is the black obsidian cat was the crystal, that was, when I pulled these, was drawn to be to pile 2, right? Obsidian, black crystals in general are meant to help you work through negative energy and repel negative energies. So I'm getting that for some of you, again, and you'll know, who you are, which one this resonates, the person at issue, right, is the one putting you down and treating you not the way, that you deserve to be treated. And you would be better off alone than staying in that situation. For others of you, I'm getting it's your own negative thoughts and your lack of self-esteem and lack of self-worth, lack of confidence that's making you feel like you're not good enough. But at the end of the day, you've got to trust your intuition. If you do feel like this situation can be resolved, if you shift your mindset and start working on your own self-esteem and self-love, then that's, maybe start working with obsidian as a crystal that may want to work with you, and doing some other self-improvement and, clearings and working on past wounds and the things that are being triggered in you, right, by this person. But if it's too much and it's negatively affecting your energy and you just, don't know that difference, I guess, in energies and difference, in somebody who's very, very confident and thriving in their energy, and their situation, and it makes you feel inadequate, if it's something you can't get past, then you need to trust your intuition. Connect to that. I mean, I'm getting, go out in nature, right? Because like you can see this, they're like in bed, they're, just very much stuck in their head and in their thoughts, and this is a very dark, you know, I'm getting like a lot of sleep maybe happening. You need to recharge and reset your energy and get out in nature is what I would recommend. So there's a lot happening here, a lot of different messages coming in. But again, if you'd like to look into your own specific situation, that information is down below. Okay, I'm gonna get the little calcite ghost. King of Pentacles. Death. Player. Ooh. Love is surrounding your entire existence. Okay, so what I'm getting right now is that some of you either have recently ended a situation, or you're in a romantic situation, or you know that it needs to end. You've been, you were hoping and looking for, this King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is the ultimate king. I mean, he brings everything in the physical realm. He's financially abundant. He shows up, right? He shows up, he's present, he's there, he's available, and he's solid and settles down, right? Whatever this is you've been dealing with, I mean, the ghost, I mean, you guys can't make this stuff up. The ghost, the death card, I mean, in a lot of decks, the death card has a very different images. This truly looks like an apparition. Somebody who's behind a mask. And then we've got player, right? So this person, they may have either betrayed you, or you were hoping that they were going to show up in this manner, but they keep playing games. They're not authentic. They're not showing up, right? And I'm getting, for many of you, you're going to you have walked away, or you need to walk away from this. And I think that, the things that you're ultimately wanting, right? You were hoping that this person would be the one. You're realizing now that's not the case. But what the universe is saying to you is, like, love is surrounding your entire existence. So number one, if you're wanting to have this king to settle down with, right, to start a family with, there's infinite possibilities. Don't tie your dreams to one person who didn't show up for you, right? It's easier said than done. I know, when you have your heart set on somebody and you've invested a lot of time, it's hard to let go. But what I would say to you is, were you more into them? Were you actually into this person, or the fantasy that they would show up as this king, right? Ask yourself if you were in love with an apparition, something that didn't exist. And it's just as hard to let go of the fantasy oftentimes as it is the actual person. But another thing to remember too, love is surrounding your entire existence. Love, there's so many kinds of unconditional love, right? It doesn't have to come from a romantic partner. Ultimately, that's what we want, yes. But when you find love for yourself, that's the most empowering thing that you can do. Once you find self-love and you truly love and enjoy your own company, being alone, traveling alone, you're so empowered that you don't need anybody. Then you start raising your vibration and you start attracting, better matches for you. And when you start having unconditional love, through family, pets, even coworkers, who can become like your family and who make difficult, challenging times, who can make you laugh, who can help you get through the day. Soul family. There's so many different ways, you know, and ultimately too, connecting to the fifth dimensional energy, connecting to God, to source, to angels. When you experience that bliss, you know, the more you experience these other types of love that are all around you, the less this type of stuff is going to resonate. And you're going to be like, gosh, why was I ever attracted to that? And you know what happens when you let this go and you stop settling for crumbs? You know, boom. You start bringing in real, solid, tangible, good people who show up for you and who want to be a part of your life. And I know, like, I heard this so many times on my journey, so many times over the 4 years, that it's coming, and when, you know, those types of things, and you get tired of hearing it. But after, eventually, it took a long time for me, but eventually when you get to the point where you stop focusing on finding this and you focus on the moment and the love of self and the connection to God, again, this stuff stops resonating. And then you get to the point where you're kind of like, yeah, it would be nice if I had this, but I'm truly good if it doesn't happen, and I just love my life, and I'm so grateful. So I would suggest for you all, I mean, for sure, I'm getting a clear message that, you know, it's October. Yeah, we like to celebrate Halloween, but the ghost, the apparition, the fantasy, you need to let that go. And I would say focus on gratitude for everything. I mean, it sounds silly, but, you know, if you get, you know, groceries delivered, or just going to the grocery, or you have a great dinner, you know, or you see your friends, just be like, gosh, I'm so grateful for this. I'm so blessed. This is so amazing. And the more you do those types of things and you truly feel grateful and blessed, the more blessings that come into your life. So I know this isn't an easy one, guys, as far as getting out of this energy. And even once you shut the door and cut this, you know, cut the cord, there's still etheric ties, and it can take a long time to let go of that fantasy. So I have been there, I have worked through it, and if you would need some help, some guidance on that part of your journey, please contact me and we can schedule a session. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I'm going to leave you with this relaxing fire, and I hope to come on here and do some more videos for you soon. Thanks, everybody. Take care.